Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dumb Dad Podcast. My name is Evan, and I am a dumb dad.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Kevin, and I am a dumb dad.
Ah, there he is. There he is.
Cheers, buddy. Oh, I got to open
around
my,
you. Yeah,
get the
open
open
your,
sound.
Open your independent craft brewski that I brought over, Hop Diggity. Now, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Earth Brew Company.
Yes.
I was kind of just wandering around the craft beer aisle thinking like, maybe I'll pick something we haven't had before or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Hop Diggity. Now, sold.
Do you know what's funny?
I'm buying that.
It's a good name. I would have walked right past this because I would have assumed it was a, what is it, like a kombucha or like a sour or something.
Looks a little bit
it's
like
a very
that.
bright
The Hop
label.
Diggity is a small little logo. I think it could be
It looks like
more pronounced there.
looks like Richard Simmons. Is that his name? The dance guy?
The workout guy?
Yeah.
I think that's what, that's definitely, he doesn't have
Well,
anything to do with
cheers.
Hop Diggity.
Yes, he is the Hop
Cheers.
Diggity.
Yeah, locally made. What did we read? In Vista, California. What do you think? It's a double IPA.
Ooh, I like that a lot. All right, Mother Earth Brewing Company. Well done. That's a good beer.
Wowzers.
I'm a fan of that.
It's a flavor festival, and we just got VIP tickets.
Oh, I guess the dad jokes are just already coming in.
Well, hey, it's a brand. That's the brand.
That's the brand.
Dad's telling jokes. Hopefully, most of them aren't terrible.
Yeah. Oh, our dog is making it into the recording.
B-Dot's coming in to say hello. How are you, pal? It's been, you have a good week?
I did have a good week. I had a
We're
busy
back
week. I had a really busy week.
Uh-oh.
Second week back, school. The cases are going down in our
Mhm.
school, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
We were really worried about this week because last week was the first week back, and that's when we just figured, like...
That's when it's going to get blown wide open.
Because you're only getting tested once a week, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But you could have contracted this,
Sure.
tested negative because it's not, like, out yet, and then you just infect your whole class on Friday.
Yeah,
so we
like
were worried about week 2 spreading, but it didn't, at least for us, it didn't happen in our school. The cases are kind of going down.
yeah, I think we might get back to business pretty quicker, I think, as long as with you and I.
But PTA news.
Oh.
PTA news.
In PTA news this week.
So we had a PTA meeting and over Zoom, which was nice. My son got a lot of TV time.
Yeah, got that screen.
I was like, all right, I'll
His
turn
buddy.
on the screen and
Uh-huh.
go to this PTA meeting. Hour and a half. Didn't expect
Yeah,
that.
that sucks because I already kind of leaned on the screen earlier.
And there was a lot of my wife kept coming in and like, I can't do it on a podcast, but she was mouthing, it's not done yet.
They're still going, huh?
They're still going. And I was like, yeah.
Everybody's got,
I don't know what to do here.
this is where you get to feel a little bit in charge of something. So your opinions are going to...
I wanted to get out of there so fast. I wanted out. I don't care. Just pick something. Well, I'll do it. What do you need?
I don't make a decision. What are we doing here?
It was just, but they were talking a lot of fundraising stuff. And for those who don't know, I'm the fundraising chair of my daughter's
They're talking a lot of
school.
fundraising stuff. I'm not talking.
I
So
can't-
it already felt a little backwards.
A lot of people wanted to do the talking, which was fine, and they just had me chime in every once in a while, which was great. Like, this is perfect. But I was like, yeah, I'm chiming in with my 2 cents, but I can't get out of there. I can't be like, hey, I have to leave.
Sure.
It's fundraising stuff. I got to stay on.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's your bread and butter.
So, anyway, won't bore you with that whole story. But when that was done, we decided to go ahead with restaurant night. And if a lot of people don't know what those are, PTA sets it up with like a food chain, McDonald's or whatever. And part of the proceeds of everyone who goes that day and goes, I'm here for this school, part of those proceeds go to their PTA.
Yeah.
So we set that up with, so we had 2 dates to set up. It was like, is it going to be in 2 weeks or is it going to be in 3 weeks? And I
Went
was
to
like,
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
yeah.
So-
Yeah. It's a prefix menu, $250 a person.
But
And
1.5% of that goes to our school.
Yeah.
So make sure you get out there and
so
don't forget to order a bottle of wine, too.
this was like not a dumb down moment, but it kind of was, where they were like, do we want to do it in 2 weeks or do it in 3 weeks? And I was like, well, why would we wait 3 weeks? Doesn't it only take 2 weeks for the permit to go through? And they're like, yeah. I go, let's do it in 2 weeks. And they go, all right, done. We'll do it in 2 weeks. And I was like, fantastic. Let's get that permit done right away. And they were like, absolutely. The principal's like, I'll handle the permit. So So I texted her. I texted her like during the day, and she didn't get back to me. So I texted her at night, and I was like, "Hey, is everything cool with the permit? I just want to make sure. Otherwise, we're gonna have to move the date." And she was like, I swear, hand to God, everyone. She didn't say this to me. She said, "I'm waiting for you to make the flyer. I can't submit the permit without a flyer to prove that we're doing it." I was like, "This is news."
Yeah.
This is.
And you know what that is? That's a great piece of information
Yeah.
that could have been given to me during the PTA meeting.
Yeah, that was an hour and a half.
That was an hour and a half.
Didn't get it
long.
brought up once. They brought up a flyer. They didn't say it was detrimental to this thing that I decided. Why don't we just do
That's
it?
bullshit.
What-
Like who needs the flyer?
I guess
The school?
the city. Like
The
when you have to submit for a permit in order to do restaurant night, so you have to do it 2 weeks out in order to get your permit. And to do that, you have to send in a flyer as
no,
proof
you don't
that you're
need
doing
a
it.
flyer.
Hey, man,
That is the most
listen.
backwards thing I've.
I'm a dumb dad. I can't argue with that. I have
Hey,
no
we'd like
idea.
to set up a thing where we send a bunch of business to you,
So we made a.
and in good faith of that, we'd like 5% back or whatever the hell. Yeah.
So being the
You got a flyer or something? Who are you?
how do I know you're not going to keep the 20%?
Yeah, here I drew this on a napkin. It's a flyer.
That's what-
Like
well, here's the thing. That's what I should have done. But the try hard that I am, I really wanted to go for it.
okay, well I'm waiting to learn Photoshop
So I'm up.
so I can make a flyer. So we're all waiting on something.
I'm up until. So I'm sorry. This was the day before it was due. Like the day before, like we can do this as long as we submit it tomorrow. Was like what it was. So she's telling me at like 8 p.m. She finally gets back to me and says, "I'm waiting on you for the flyer." So I was like, "Fantastic." So I'm up till like 11 making this stupid thing
Yeah.
because I still got to put the kids to bed and then I'm like staying up doing this flyer and I send it in and here's the thing. I tried really hard.
I sent it in.
I
sent it down to the city.
I was really proud of it. And I sent it to her and I said, "Hey, does this work?" And I said to her, I go, "If it's too much, let me know and I can simplify it." Because I made it look exciting. You should draw
Yeah.
the eye.
Was it busy?
The one that she sent us,
Well,
it wasn't too busy.
It wasn't
It wasn't too busy.
If it
no.
was busy, then
It
it
wasn't busy, but it caught the eye because the one she sent me was just like garbage. She's like, "This is the one we've used in the past." And I was like, horrible.
And the city approved that.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
is this a flyer for the DMV? Boom, roasted. Got you, DMV. Who's next? So I make it and I send it to her. And
Passport office? Yeah, guess what?
so she does it. She does it again. Remember how she was like, "I'm waiting on you for the flyer," and I was like, "News,
Yeah.
news to me."
That's great.
So I make the flyer.
What a way to put that, too.
I
Wait,
give-
not even- oh.
I give it to her and I go, "Please let me know if this is too much. I can just simplify it and just make it a lot less if this is too much. You just let me know." And she goes, "This is fine, but I also need it in Spanish." And I was like, "Are you serious? You need it in Spanish?" Which makes sense because most of it, like I think, like half of the school is Spanish speaking. My daughter's school, so it makes
Yeah.
sense. But it was definitely like, again, again, I can't emphasize enough. I need this information up front.
Yeah. Hey, just to be clear, when I figure out how to translate this, since I don't speak Spanish, what's the thing you're going to be waiting on then? Maybe I could tackle that one now.
She knows I don't speak Spanish, and then she just had the audacity to say, "If you want, I can do it." And I was like, "What do you think I'm gonna?" Hey,
What? That?
Hey Siri, how do you say? Because that's what the flyer is gonna be.
Yeah. If you want, I can do it. Then why were you waiting on me to make the first one?
Well, here's the thing,
Crafty Clara,
Here's
huh? Let's.
guys. The first restaurant night's underway. Okay, I got it done. That
is wild.
I checked the boxes. I haven't seen the Spanish flyer. I assume it's good.
You're gonna assume it's good. I'm gonna assume it's not good.
But
We'll see. We'll see who gets the most people showing up.
This has been an experience, the PTA. Okay.
Yeah. Historically, it's kind of a fun thing to be a part of. You feel really lucky to be a part of it.
I am lucky to be part of it. What's really funny, though, and part of the reason why the meeting was an hour and a half is, one, people love to talk. I mean, I'm not going to judge them. We have a podcast. Look at us. But the other side is like, it was a lot of like useless talking. So because of COVID, nobody's allowed in the school that's not like a member of the PTA doing something or a teacher or student. So they did that thing where they keep, like wasting your time by saying something like, what we did in the past for fundraising was this thing that we can't do right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, great. Let's explore that for the next 10 minutes.
We also used to be able to do this too, but can't do that.
Yeah, well,
we did that. Yeah, that happened a few times.
Yeah. Well, a couple of years ago, remember when you were at the bowling alley when you... Stop.
We played spit in your mouth for $10. That raised a lot of money for the school.
Yeah, this also
Can't
could be...
do that.
This is valuable flyer chat time that we're blowing through. That is... Yeah. Yeah, I guess still the dumb dad moment is just simply...
That's not my dumb dad moment. But
well, I know. I'm just saying his dumb dad moment is simply just volunteering for the PTA.
I didn't.
That's right. That's right. You got voted in.
I got voted in. I mean,
So,
I volunteered for the PTA. I didn't volunteer for responsibilities.
Man, my dumb dad moment this week is funny in the sense that, like, parenting is the thing where hey, congratulations, you got a very well-written plan.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stick to your it's not going to go that way. It's going to go differently than that.
Yeah.
Right? And so for Christmas, one of the gifts we gave to my son is for him to go play city golf. We signed up for like Los Angeles City Golf.
Uh-huh.
And so it's kind of like it's like an 8-week course kind of thing. He'll go with a bunch of other kids his age, and they'll teach him how to putt and chip and teach him the game a little bit just from qualified instructors and stuff. That'd be really fun for him to finally try. I think you have to be 7 to do it. So I was like, this is perfect. He's going to have a great time doing it. So because we've never done it before, there's an orientation. I'm sure it's usually in some classroom somewhere right after a PTA meeting.
Certainly.
And so we knew all week long. My wife and I mentioned it to each other like 3 times. Like, okay, well, the only thing we have Saturday is we have the orientation meeting, which is going to be like a Zoom meeting. It's basically just going to be like, here's what this is, here's how this goes, here's your responsibilities as a parent and what they need and all that kind of stuff, right? It's just you just got to attend the meeting once.
Yeah.
The meeting's at 10:30 in the morning. Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember we got that thing Saturday. Yeah, we got the golf thing Saturday. Yep. Don't want to forget that. We could do dinner Saturday night with my folks, but just remember we got that thing golf thing. So here we are. Side note, one of the biggest missions we had this week was to get a toaster. Because we can talk about it in a second.
Wow,
but
we just took a detour on this.
Yeah, I know,
story.
but it's just been a thing. It's just been a thing. With the toaster, you put the thing down. It sometimes toasts it not enough. Other times it just tries to burn your house down. We just needed a toaster.
Sure.
We needed to pick one. So here we are Saturday morning heading up to this place to get this toaster at about
perfect
10:15 in the morning. We're in the car headed to this place.
Hey, Blaney. Sorry, everyone. That's my
potting.
dog.
Yeah,
Blaney.
Rude.
What's a podcast, buddy?
So we're on our way up to this to the store. We found that they had the toaster we wanted in stock. As a family, we're all in the car headed up there. And, about 10:15 in the morning.
How many slices we talking? 2 or 4?
We went with 2. We just don't have the counter space for
Simplicity.
a 4. Yeah, you just don't have the counter space for a 4.
Retro.
And so my wife's like, we have in 15 minutes. And I just looked at the clock, and as soon as I saw the time, I was like, oh, shit. So hard pivot.
Mm-hmm.
We were also going to go to the bookstore. We were going to go to that old-fashioned Barnes & Noble bookstore.
Mm-hmm. A couple of those left.
Yeah, a couple of those left. So where we went, it was like a really big, nice one. So a couple of floors and everything. It was really it was fun. Well, they said it was fun. I was in the car on this meeting.
Perfect.
And
perfect.
yeah, so quickly getting Zoom on my phone, signing in from the parking lot, and I'm a part of this orientation.
Oh, man.
From the front seat of the car. Luckily, it wasn't chatting or anything. It was just nice lady running it, giving an example of what they're going to go through and do, how it's all going to go, and what to expect, when your first day is, all that kind of stuff. And so it was hilarious because here I am sitting in the car, and they're all running around looking at books, picking stuff to read and everything. And
having a great time.
Well, hope maybe they can pick out something. Some parenting was like this
Find me
again.
something.
We knew the meeting time. We confirmed it. We planned for it, and then we're like, "Well, we got to go get this toaster." So everything else could take a back seat.
Wow.
So it all went fine. It was, it was fine. Got all the information. I'm excited about it. It'll start for him.
I'm still just kind of reeling from the idea of you guys all going on a family trip to get a toaster.
Well, it's like you gotta get out of the house.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Well, here's the thing. So I will say this. We've done this thing for years where it's like we need a toaster. What's the one on Amazon that's not the ugliest thing in the world, but it's like $40? Get that one.
And you just blown that
6
thing
months 6 months later, it's you got your $40 worth.
Yeah.
8 months later, and you're like, the last 4 months you've been pissed off at this thing because it just burns the shit out of all your stuff. So it was like, we're gonna commit. Let's get a good toaster.
It's got a bagel setting.
It's got a bagel. Let's
Preheat?
listen to this thing. It's got a bagel setting.
Yeah.
It's got a this is frozen setting.
Yeah. Defrost.
It's got a take a peek button, which doesn't stop the toasting process. It just raises it up and brings it back down, so you can check on what's going on there. It even has a.
It's like a s'more setting.
It's got
how's my marshmallow doing?
a little bit more.
It's got a little bit more.
A little bit more. So you come out, you're thinking like, oh, I misjudged it. I wish it was toasted a little bit more. Boop, a little bit more button. It's a serious toaster, man. I'm excited about it.
Good for you, man. Everybody deserves a
Yeah,
toaster.
everybody deserves it. A reliable toaster. I think the thing is, like, it depends how important is a toast to you and the right consistency of toast. I mean, it's pretty serious.
We
thing.
have the same toaster from our wedding.
Like your registry? Yeah, and you're like $300 toaster? Yeah. I'm getting married. Buy it for me, somebody.
Yeah. Coming up on 10 years we've had that baby.
And it's cash money.
Cash money.
What's the brand, do you know?
Toasties. I don't know.
That's
I
not
don't
what
know
it is. It's not what
It's
it
not
is.
what it is. I don't know, but I can tell you all the stuff it does. We don't need to. This isn't a toasting podcast.
The one that the funny thing was, so it's like, again, the thing that was, the funny thing is like, okay, we're going to get a toaster. Let's decide on a toaster, which is like the corniest thing, right? But you need a toaster. My wife, the first one she sends me is like, I don't remember what the name of it's called. It's a two-bin toaster. The front thing is just all LED screen operated, and it's like you cycle through like how brown you want it, what you're toasting, all this kind of stuff. $350 for this thing. I was like,
the one you own now, or this is a different one?
no. We
Okay.
did not go with that one because it was $350.
Yeah.
But I was like, you need a screen in the toaster?
It's cool though.
Yeah. But it bothered me that there was a screen in the like. There's going to be a screen. Now there's screens in the fridge. You can need a screen
screens in the fridge.
screens and everything. So that just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. And it was over $3 So I was like, this is not happening. No.
Yeah.
She wasn't saying we should get it. She was just like,
That's
check
how
this. And this thing's insane.
That's how I am with the fridge that has the setting that you can see inside of it, or it shows you the inside, so you can check out the fridge without opening it for energy saving purposes. And I'm like, it's not
How much energy does that cost?
Yeah. And exactly. And I was also like, no one cares.
One of my friends in high school had their fridge in their family home was one of those like a Coca-Cola case like you see in the store where it's just got wire racks in there and it just had 2 glass doors, and that's just what they used as a fridge. They got it somewhere off of like a
That's cool.
I don't know wherever they got it.
Why not?
Grocery store consignment sale. I have no idea, but it was awesome looking. I mean, it had the Coca-Cola logos in there, and I thought that's just such a cool idea for a fridge.
That's nice.
It was gigantic, and and you could just see in there. It was cool.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you got your toaster. Speaking of toasting, my wife and I were having a couple drinks last night.
Hello.
That's my segue into my dumb dad moment.
Boy,
So
that's a professional one right there too.
No, so cut to earlier. So the kids, playing with the kids, having a good time. Now we tuckered them out pretty good yesterday. Did a good job, and that's where my oldest, my daughter, she got a little, she gets a little on edge when she gets tired. So she got she got mad about something.
It's not specific to your daughter.
No, it's not. So
it was just a lot of flyer work yesterday.
It was one of those things where
they were just
yeah,
they were graphically burnt out.
I wasn't really giving my kids the attention they needed. I was really working on this flyer for the next restaurant night. It wasn't even approved yet. I just thought I'd get going on it.
It's not getting. Restaurant night doesn't get itself approved.
Yeah, we're really hoping to land Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. But so we're playing with them, and she got this new thing of makeup, and she was like putting it on in her room under her bed, and we were like, well, we can't play with it under there, so we took it away from her because she wasn't listening. Consequences, you know.
Yeah, consequences.
Yeah,
Yeah, right,
being a parent.
yeah.
You know, we said it. You didn't listen. Take it away. So she got upset, and she did this thing where she's like, well, I'm going to bed. It's 5:30. We've had this happen a few times.
I love that like, see ya.
Yeah.
One less kid starting at 5:30. Have a great night's sleep. We wish you well, to be honest.
Our thing is that we wanted to have a date night. Once a week we had to have, once or twice a week, but usually lately it's been just once a week. We have a date night, and where they feed the kids, put them to bed, then we have dinner together, have a drink or two. It's nice. And we were both like, we've had her go to bed at 5:30 and it worked out great, where she slept till like 7:30, and we were just like, wow, that's crazy. Not a lot. Like, I could count on one hand. Like, probably less than that. Probably a half a hand.
But it's happened.
It's
I
happened.
don't believe that has happened in my household.
It's crazy.
I could even do that.
No, I couldn't. I could do that in my high school days. My high school days, I could
You could go to bed at 5:30 p.m.
and wake up at
Incorrect.
7:30.
Why would you go to bed at 5:30 p.m. in high school? You
Because
could go to bed at 5:30 a.m.
Because I could.
and sleep till 7:30 a.m. the next day. But
Yeah,
you're not gonna go to bed. At
Maybe not.
5:30
Oh, I guess
p.m.
that. I guess I meant like sleeping 14 hours.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where we're like, oh, I don't know if we should let this happen because I feel like she's gonna wake up. Which we don't like. Again, it's happened before and she slept all night, but like it was just one of those things. We're like, I don't know. So
Yeah.
we went
Here
in
she
there.
comes out at 9:45 in the middle of date night.
We went out. We went in there a couple times before she was asleep. And we're like, "Are you sure you don't want to come? You haven't had dinner yet. Like, why don't you have some dinner first?" And she's like, "No, I'm staying in bed." And we're like, "Are you sure? Do you want some water?" And she's like, "I'll take some water." I was like, "Do you want to come out of bed?" No, she stayed there. Then she did eventually.
You want your makeup thing?
She
I bet you do, but
Yeah.
you're not getting that.
Boom.
Boom. See ya.
And so she fell asleep. Then my son had dinner and played with him for a while. Read some books, played some games, brushed his teeth, sang him songs, put him to bed. He's wired. He's the opposite of her. She's out, so now he's awake. So now he's kind of waking her up. We're like, please go to bed. Please,
Oh man.
please stop this. Because now she's been down for like
Date night is a severe threat.
severe threat. So she does come out around 9:30.
Yeah, that sounds about a good time. Nice long nap.
Dad's had a couple. I'm feeling real good about myself. So I make
Feeling pretty chipper.
feeling real chipper. So I
Yeah.
take her school lunchbox. I fill it with a bunch of snacks, none of it with nutritional value, and give it to her. She couldn't be happier.
Yeah. So you rewarded it. You rewarded her.
Well, she slept it off. And then we watched the first half of Aladdin, and I was the cartoon
With her.
with her.
Uh-huh.
And
Where's your son?
he's out. He did eventually go
He
out.
fell asleep.
He
Okay.
fell asleep, and she was just like,
So he woke her up to fall asleep. So he
Yeah.
he fucked you.
Yeah, it's his fault. Yeah, he's not. We're not talking right now. But he saw
What
me.
a dick move.
I got home from golfing today, and he was like, "Hey, Dad," and I was like, "Don't. I'm
Yeah.
still."
Oh, I bet. Hey, Dad.
Yeah,
I bet.
you and I are gonna have a talk later. So she was up, and I was talking to her about Aladdin, and I just remember being like, way too excited.
You were jazzed about Aladdin.
Yeah, because I was feeling good. I had a couple drinks in me, made her some food. My wife's just over there shaking her head, and I'm just talking to her about like, this movie's great.
Whose date are you on?
I was like, what's cool about this is like both characters are pretty cool, like Aladdin and Jasmine. Usually in these movies, like one of them is just a dope. These are both two really cool characters.
Yeah. That one there, dead.
It's important for people to know. I wasn't drunk. I was feeling good about myself. That's my point.
There's a difference.
And it
When
was
you're
my-
tipsy and you're you got that
Tipsy and chatty.
yeah, you got that
And,
you got that little bit of that confidence in there.
yeah, and it was my favorite Disney movie forever. So I had to stop halfway through, which I was bummed about. My wife probably was like, "Can we
not watch a Disney movie?
can we stop?" We get it. You know all the words. Could put her to bed.
Yes, your genie is very good. Okay,
So
but
my
you're
dumb
not
dad moment,
genie, so
yeah. So my dumb dad moment was just not being like, get out of bed and eat ice cream. Just eat something and
Yeah.
stay awake for a little longer.
yeah.
Because then she
That's
it was cool though.
that's a guilt trip and a half.
Jokes
or,
aside,
or
though,
what did that she's like that she treats her punishment as like, I'm checking out of this whole situation. Like, I'm doing something I know I'm not supposed to be doing because you asked me not to, and then you call her on it and say, look, we told you not to do this, and now you're still doing it. You're disobeying us, so we're going to take it away. And she's like, peace out. I'm out of here.
yeah,
That's wild.
yeah, she's trying it out.
That's like a 12-year-old girl's behavior.
I know. She's advanced. She's an advanced. She's an AP attitude.
Advanced AP attitude studies.
Advanced placement attitude. It was fun though. Jokes aside, it was actually really fun having her up. And I remember I was talking to my wife about it this morning, and I was like, I love doing stuff like that every once in a while because I remember doing that as a kid. Like my parents letting you stay up, and it was just like, I can't believe you're allowing me to do this. Like, I remember that. I remember that feeling. So I'm excited to do that for my kids. So to be able to do that for her last night was fun because I knew in her brain she was like, this is so cool. Like, my little brother is asleep. I'm eating snacks. My dad gave me a marshmallow for dinner.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. This is what it's like out here. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Not a bunch of little kids running around screaming. This is great.
You guys do this every night? You're not going to see 60. You can't eat this stuff every night.
It's just called date night. This is the one opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
It was the right move, though,
It's
putting
like
a movie on, giving her snacks, because then she was like, she was ready to go back down after.
It's so fun. It doesn't happen. I mean, that's happened to my son a couple of times, too. Was like, can we stay up? Like, yeah, we can stay up. And then I think you think about putting a marker on it. Like, yep, tonight you can stay up till 10:30. But really, it's like, what are we doing here? Last as long as you want, man.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
Stay up till midnight 30 if you feel like it. And by the normal bedtime 8:30. But by the time like 9:15, he's yawning.
Oh yeah.
And then 10:15, around 10, like New Year's. Can I stay up till midnight?
Yes.
Of course you can.
You can stay up till midnight tomorrow.
Yeah, go for it.
The next
10:45. He's like, is it also okay if I'm like, if I just go to bed?
Can I cash out?
Because this isn't. Yeah, I need to cash out, but I don't know where my chips are. Can you help me, please?
You ate them all.
Yeah, I mean it's insane. So, hey, I love it. I love it. That's hilarious. Well, hey, let's get to the user submission.
User submission.
We got a user submission.
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna give you my phone, but I'm not gonna read it because you already read it.
Yeah, because you haven't read it.
I want the experience. This is from one of our favorite people. I don't think we've ever read a dumb dad moment from him.
We might have. I think we might have had one. One time I think he was the one. I think Doug.
Oh yeah,
wasn't he the guy that was like he showed up at one place to pick up his kid and it was the wrong place.
That
was a really good one.
Doug Booms. And before you get started, if you guys want us to read any of your dumb parenting moments, you guys can message us on Instagram or you can email us dumbdadpod@gmail.com. But let's get to it. Let's get to the story.
So, okay, this is from Doug. Doug Booms. Dumb Dad Club Pays Off. Is what he's titled it here.
Great start.
Great start. I found myself in the place where dumb dad moments are made of.
Sweet.
School drop-off. A few days ago, I dropped the kids off, and it went horrible. I went the wrong way and got stuck at a busy intersection for 15 minutes and then got stuck into the long line for drop-off, which led to my kids being late for school.
Oh.
The problem is, I know better.
Oh, no.
This isn't even the dumb dad story. It's just the setup. This morning, my wife asks me again to drop the kids off at school because it's minus 15 degrees outside.
Minus 15 degrees?
Minus 15. So that's like, it's like 32 degrees is when it's freezing cold and snowing.
Yep.
And then you go 32 degrees below that, and that's 0. That's nothing. No temperature. And then you pass the 0, you go 15 past it into the negative of like, what are we doing here? Move.
Put the thermometer car in reverse.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense.
Anyway, but it feels like a temperature of negative 30. Probably the wind chill. We are running a few minutes late because I triple-checked the kids for warm clothing. At their school, parents are masked are asked to drop the kids off at the back of the building, and buses drop off at the front of the building. My daughter, yeah, I think these feel like important details.
These are context clues.
Yeah. My daughter, remembering the drop-off from a few days ago, asks me if I would drop them off at the front of the building so they won't be late. My youngest climbs into the front seat from the back seat, and we head towards the school to help facilitate a speedy drop-off. I tell both kids that I will break the rules and drop them in the front if they're really fast about it. Like, rolling stop. Kids, jump out, get out of there fast, right?
Uh-huh.
We pull up to the school, and my daughter is all psyched up about getting out in a hurry, and she grabs the door handle as soon as the vehicle stops. The door is frozen shut.
Oh.
I mean, that seems insane, but also previously he explained that it is negative 15 degrees outside, so I can imagine maybe that could happen.
But it feels like negative 30.
It feels like negative 30. Since she climbed into the front seat from the back, the door was never opened. We are parked right behind a bus, and I can see another bus pulling up behind me. I'm yelling at her to push with all the strength in her little noodle arms, but there is no use. She has to climb back into the back seat and get out that door. This gives us just enough time for someone from parking enforcement to come over and knock on my window. Sir, are you aware that you're supposed to be dropping the children in the back? I'm sorry, officer. Dad's dropping the kids off this morning. Mom probably told me, but I must have forgot.
Nice. Just own it.
Owning it. He just looked at me with that look on his face that says, these dumb dads can't get it together. As he walked away, I looked directly towards where I assumed the camera would be and gave it a little wink.
Well done.
I know I just set us back a few years of dumb dad stereotyping, but I can safely say today that Dumb Dad Club helped me get out of a sticky situation. Thanks, Kevin and Evan.
You didn't set us back, Doug. You kept us right where we were.
Yeah, exactly. You kept us.
You played even.
Slotted right, and yeah, exactly.
Played even.
The wink towards where he thinks the camera might be is the best part about that story, because he's thinking, like, if there's somebody out there just going, this dumbass. Look at this dad. Look, another one. Look at his hat. It even says Dumb Dad Club right on it. Wow, how fitting. And he's gives a little wink, like,
Is he either knows what he's doing or he's Santa Claus? What's the wink for?
That reminds me of a story when I was younger, and I'm probably 12 or 13 or something. Mm-hmm. The funny thing is about the story is that I'm old enough to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So therefore my brother and my sister are like 11, let's say, 11 or 12, somewhere in that range. And my mom was driving us, and I'm in the front seat, my brother and sister are in the back. And we're driving around, and this is like holiday season, and we were doing a couple things. Like, we were going Christmas shopping, we went somewhere, we went to like 4 stops.
Yeah.
And my mom, I think, is probably speeding and doesn't realize it.
Sure.
And so we get pulled over. And so all of us kids are like old enough to be like, oh, man, we got pulled over. Mom's going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And this guy comes, officer pulls up and, roll the window down and, hello, miss, how fast you're going. What are you guys up to today? And we're all quiet and we're just listening to it. And here's my mom in the driver's seat goes, I'm so sorry. I'm just out with my children for holiday. We were just buying some Christmas papers. We're trying to just get back home safely. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell is going on? He leaves, comes back. All right, you guys be safe. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
It was like this, just innocently, we're just trying to go buy some Christmas papers. And it's exactly the same thing. Like, gee, I guess I forgot, just trying to drop my hey, I'm in the vicinity, aren't I? He was like, oh, my God. All right.
Got him to school, That's the success. Oh, just get out of here, man.
Just
go
out of here. Nice hat, by the way.
Can you check to make sure their socks match? I'm not sure. Sir, just please go. All right. Do you know who checks the socks? Sir, we get it. You can move on now.
Yeah. Also, here, could you pass this along? This is a flyer that I was supposed to be making. I folded it, but
she's in 3rd grade. He's in 2nd grade. Make sure they go where they have to go.
The 3rd grade building.
The 3rd grade. Where is the 3rd grade building? This is the 10th grade building. It's a big building. A lot of kids in 10th grade, I guess. Please get out.
Please leave. Yeah. Please drive away from here.
Doug, thanks for the submission.
Yeah. Thank you, Doug. That's fantastic.
Winking at the camera.
I must have forgot. Gee.
That's great. Good for you, Doug.
Yeah, great for you.
Well done.
Appreciate you.
Doug Masters Mixology on the social media on Instagram. Give him a follow.
Yeah, he's a mix,
delicious mixed cocktails.
He's a
Got
mixologist.
a nice little bar now.
He's given us plenty of our of ideas for our cocktails to make on Thirsty Thursdays. So
He does.
anyway, shout out to you, Doug.
Follow it, yeah, and check us out on Thirsty Thursdays. We'll see what happens this upcoming week, but we usually are live on TikTok and Instagram. But
feeling pretty good. We made it through
definitely
2 of the
Instagram.
hardcore weeks. I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what this
Yeah,
week.
we'll see.
Yeah. Don't get
Damn,
cocky.
I feel like I got my makeup taken away.
Don't get cocky. Go to bed. Take a marshmallow with you. Guys, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at DumbDadPod. We're on YouTube.
Yeah. We're on the YouTubes.
We're growing that account. That's where we
Yep.
keep a lot of our exclusive content that we've made for Bubble, which is a part of EllenTube. We have a couple of those videos. Our podcast, where you can watch it, is on YouTube. So we're the Dumb Dads on YouTube. So check that out. And email us dumbdadpod@gmail.com if you want to tell us any of your dumb parenting stories.
yeah, let us know.
Dumb dad or mom. We'll read any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take it out with a joke that I read. How do you find Will Smith in the snow?
How do you find Will Smith in the snow?
Uh-huh. You follow the Fresh Prince. Follow.
That's pretty good.
That's what you say to a parking officer.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
After they go to, hey, before you go. I know they have second grade, third grade. How do you follow Will Smith? Sir, just please go.
Please, sir. I can't take any more of this.
Okay, bye.
Bye.